So it's 6 o'clock, just finished work an hour ago, and I'm going on a random late weeknight road trip. So I'm going to go to one of my favourite lookouts, sort of near Port Campbell, it's called Baker's Oven. So this place is a 2-hour drive, and I'm 1 hour into it already. I'm that hungry though, and I've been trying to avoid eating bloody shitty takeaway food, but here I am in the bloody KFC drive-through. This is the shittest drive-through. I hate those speakers. You can barely hear them. Hey, how you going? Yeah. Nah, all good, thank you.
Have a lovely day.
Fuck me. Pretty sure she had no idea what I just asked for, so it's going to be like a mystery box of what I've got for dinner. Well, it looks all good, but they give me bloody 10 nuggets and I only asked for 6. So she stung me on that one. Better not waste them though. So it's been a few months since I've been down this part of the coast. And yeah, it's one of my favourite areas. Like it's near the 12 Apostles, Lockhart Gorge and all those sort of places. But yeah, I'm going to get into my dinner and I'll speak to you when we get there. This is not the road to the Baker's Oven lookout. This is called Sparks Gully Track. I've never been down here, so let's just go for a little look. That's a good thing about coming here this time of night, actually. There might be many tourists out and about. That's so sick. Great, another car's shown up. So I'm doing a runner. There was a couple of different walking tracks I've just seen. Holy shit, have a look at this. Probably wouldn't want to get too close to the edge on this one. That is a massive drop. The camera never shows it. It's really hard to show on cameras, like, you know, how high things are and how steep things are. But that's big. I wouldn't want to fall off there. That's sick. It's like a little secret private little beach. I wouldn't want to sit down there though. You wouldn't know when parts of that rock's just gonna erode away and just fall down. And it obviously happens all the time. There's a big pile of stuff down there. This is such a nice spot. I actually think I like this spot better than the one I was originally going to go to. I still might stop there. Baker's Oven, that place. I feel like there's more to explore here. So yeah, there's a number of different tracks you can do, and they're not far. The car's just bloody 50 metres behind me. I got the drone. You would get awesome drone footage here, but it's a little bit windy. And I'm a bit strapped for time too, because the 2-hour trip here, left work at 5, like I said, got here, it's bloody 7:30 now. So I've really only got like probably half an hour really. If I spend half an hour more, by the time I get home it'll be like 10 o'clock, so I don't want to get home too late. Obviously got work tomorrow as well, so yeah, this is so worth it. I don't know how well that's showing up on the camera, but this skinny cliffside up here, there's a bloody walking track up there to the end. I don't know if I'm game enough to do it. I scaffold for a job, so heights don't really bother me, but I don't know if I trust all the erosion on the side of the cliffs and that. I just feel like I'd be too paranoid that if some of it gave way, it's not really worth it to me. Well, I've decided I'm going to get my good camera out and take it back down there. Yeah, there's some good spots down there where I think I might be able to get a couple of good photos at, so grab my gear and we'll go back down. Alright, you just can watch me take some photos. Actually, I'm going to go back where I was before, because this angle shooting right into the sun, I reckon they're going to look shit. This looks pretty sick. Alright, I'm going to try a couple more down further, and then I might actually go to the Baker's Oven spot, because of where the sun's setting. It's it's going to shine on the cliff that they call Baker's Oven. I won't be shooting into the sun for that, so I reckon that'll be a little bit better. So yeah, we'll go down here first. I'm liking the look of these jagged edges on this cliff at the end here. Starting to get some good light now. I'll put all these up on the screen if I do get any keepers. I'm just looking at this place from a different angle. I'm going to try and stick my tripod out a bit. I'm about a metre from that drop, so I'm not taking another step. But there's a bloody cave down there. I'm sure it doesn't go back too far, but that's awesome. I'd love to, if it wasn't so windy, I would have flown the drone. That's a good thing about the drones, you can get them to places like that. Here is another massive cave. I can't really go too much further, but I'll just hold the edge of the tripod and try and give you a look at that. I'm that close, it's not funny. I'm sort of low-key shitting myself. Just hold the tripod out. Holy shit, I just had a close call with this camera, the little action cam, not my good one, but it's on its own little tripod, the one that wraps around things, and I had that on the top of me other tripod, and that's what I was using to stick it out over the edge side there. And didn't even think about this happening, but that little mini tripod, it nearly fell off the main tripod, so, and it would have gone for sure. Silly. So I'm at the start of that skinny cliff walk. I'm not going to go down there though. I just don't trust it. Oh, I don't trust myself either, but I'm just going to go on this little high part here. I think I can see a couple of different and pretty cool views, different angles. Well, have a look at this. How close the track is. Well, you walk there, if you step on that bush, you're gone. It's such a high drop. So that's obviously not an official walking track like by Parks Victoria. If anything, they probably don't want you really walking up here. But you can tell it's a pretty established walking track, especially onto that skinny cliff. Fuck walking up there. Yeah, there you go. Unstable cliffs. Dangerous cliffs. Supervise children at all times. Do yourselves a favour and don't bring your kids here. This is a spot. There's no way in hell I would bring my son. He's good. He's not one of those kids that goes running off on his own. Especially if he was here, he'd be stuck to me like glue, which is good. But even so, I don't know. I'd feel a bit selfish bringing him here because like this is fun for me. Wouldn't be that fun for him. But yeah, this is why I've come here straight after work. Seems a bit silly, like, oh, I've driven 2 hours, can spend like an hour here, then straight back home for another 2 hour drive. I love it though. I love driving, and especially if it's to come to places like this. Yeah, my son's at school camp for one more night, so I thought, stuff it. I haven't done something like this for about a year, I reckon. Like, I'm always going exploring the coast and stuff, but not this far down, and this is the area that I love the most. It's so much more rugged, and like you've seen, that's why I want to show you all this, and I'll put up some photos. Hopefully they turn out all right. But yeah, I'm gonna race just down the road. It's literally around the corner pretty much, that Baker's Oven spot. I reckon it will look cool with the sun shining on it and not behind it. So we'll head down there. So just arrived at that Baker's Oven spot. As I was driving in, I thought I saw cars in the distance parked down here, and I thought, oh, get stuffed. This is mine. Nah, there's no one here. Just makes it that much more peaceful when you're here by yourself. Actually doesn't look as spectacular as I thought it was going to. The sun's shining on the back of it. I'll show you anyway, instead of looking at my friggin' face. So that's where I was just before, just on the other side of that cliff. I've driven around, and yeah, there's so many more lookouts. I haven't even stopped at, and I've lived here for that long. Seems silly, but nah, I've got my favourites that I seem to keep coming back to. But yeah, I definitely do need to explore a bit more than I do. I've got a habit of going to the same spots all the time, and yeah, for obvious reasons though, like how good is that? I'll use the tripod for this one because I'm going to try and do a bit of a slow shutter, show some movements in the waves. Probably thinking, shut up, I don't need to hear all this bloody nerdy crap, just take the photo. I'm definitely not a landscape photographer. I'm not really any sort of photographer. I kind of like just doing a bit of everything. If I see something I like, I just take a bloody photo of it. Shit, that's a weird angle. I'm really looking at my shorts. Sorry, there's no better spot for it. I mean, there's a better spot than looking up there, but you know what I mean. The colour of the water looks so sick right now. It's like real strong turquoise, however you say it. It's like every time I try and sound sophisticated, I just make myself sound even dumber. The only shit thing about when it's windy and you're trying to do slow shutter photography, fuck, any little bit of movement, it just stuffs your whole photo. Just for anyone that has any interest in that sort of stuff. Just watching the sun go down. That's so sick. Yeah, I think that's a good sign for me to get moving. What is it, 8:30? Got a 2-hour drive home, so probably going to be home by 11 o'clock now, but fuck, it's so worth it. Couldn't have picked a better night. I was nearly going to come last night, but it was raining and everything, so it's funny how it all works out sometimes. Just things work in your favour, so I'm so stoked. It's been so perfect. Apart from the wind, wish I could have got the drone up, but I'm sort of strapped for time, so I didn't want to waste too much time doing that sort of stuff. A little bit time consuming setting it up, and so yeah, I hit the road and I'm dying to get home and have a bloody shower because I smell like a boot right now. The sunset's so beautiful. Just being a dickhead. See yous.